Welcome back to Satisfactory, and today we're going to be scaling up copper because it's terrible. The amount of wire that we're actually getting from our existing plant, we've only got one, basically, only one constructor going for that, and we need a lot more. So what I've really done is just, in fact, let's just pop down there for a second, and let's just get rid of this, this particular line, I think. Yeah, because this box has got a lot of copper in it anyway. That'll keep the factory going while we actually just redevelop it. So, because we're not going to need, well, we're probably going to need this, but not coming from over here, I don't think. I think we're going to go into another building first. So let's get rid of all of our poles on our early game. And in fact, I'm probably full on inventory. That's fine, it can stack up there for now. And we're going to head up top, and then we can extend this floor, but I'm probably going to keep it as a separate building once it's actually extended. So I'll remove some foundation. We're just going to head out here and then pretty much just head that way. So we have our copper mine, well, got a copper mine there. There is another copper mine, as I've said before, just beyond those cliffs. So we probably want to get stuff that way. It's going to, yeah, it's going to object to the whole power poles. So we're probably going to have to send the power poles a little bit of a different way while we get this built. Interesting. Is there any way I can do that? Let's just hop over here and let's go down quite a lot. And we'll go from that power pole to this one, and then up to here maybe, and then this one to here. Then we can get rid of that power line, and then hook this one up, hopefully, to there. Okay, so that should be that sorted. Now can we build our foundation? No, it's this. We can get rid of this line entirely. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we have the basic, you know, sort of floor level, or top level if you like, for our copper factory, and we can go up quite a lot from our current level, so maybe, you know, 5 or 6 to actually get it equal to the height of those cliffs. On this side, if we want equal to this height, I suppose we could go up one more before even starting. Does that look better? I think it does. Yeah, because then we're almost, well, we're almost exactly equal to this cliff height. So yeah, I'm going to start building out here. We'll come back once I've built this a little bit more, and then we'll set up something for processing copper, probably into not just taking the ingots, but into wire and maybe cable, but certainly wire to get started. And here's what it's like from underneath. Plenty of room for me to get vehicles underneath there. And it's only 4 deep at the moment, but that's actually going to go further. And when I want to get enough concrete, and we're going to need to get actually another concrete plant down. That's something that I should do pretty soon. We're going to actually send it this way, and then we can bring in more ingots from down there where I said there was another copper point. So we have plenty of room here. It's not quite as just, you know, absolutely square or also rectangular as our iron factory, but it should do for the moment. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take up that miner, and I'm going to realign it. Because I'm going to send the copper, instead of sending it straight across like that, we're limited then by the cliff size. We're going to actually send it away from the base, and then we're going to bring the actual copper products back. So here we are. So why don't we just take that down? That's the smelter. We're not even going to need the smelter here at all, to be honest. So let's just take that down entirely, and then we will just realign the miner. Once it gives me the products. Hopefully I didn't drop any. No. We'll just make a new miner. And we're going to point it sort of that direction. Okay, so it doesn't have to be aligned perfectly, but that should do. And then we can just hook up the power again from here. Okay. And then we are into placing down our smelters. So the first line is going to send that way. Another one's going to come from over there, and we've got to decide where to put these down. I'm down to, well, not very much concrete left. So I may have enough for one more row, but I think to get started, I'm just going to place down a temporary setup here until we get a lot more concrete. But it should be much, much better than what we had before. So let's place down our first sort of thing we need to do, which is just smelters. And I guess temporary we can work across and then figure it out later. So, we're going to put the input on the outside or on the inside? Let me just go and check the iron factory. So in the iron factory, I have the splitters going through the middle. Here we are. We've got our input going through the middle, getting split off at each stage, and you'll see there's a second belt ready at the top in case we ever need it. But in this case, we don't actually need it, at least not at the moment. And everything else is just basically sent out of here. So that seems to work quite well. And we're going to do something similar, just probably a little bit smaller because we don't need huge amounts of copper, just more than we had. So let's put that down over back at the new building. So I'll put down a few, just the short foundations. We can put the smelters on top of those just so we have some, well, some maneuver space. So if I just take these out again, can we actually walk under that comfortably? Yes, we can. So yeah, those half-height foundations are kind of ideal for that. And then let's just see if we can actually put down a smelter or a few and line this up quite nicely. So if we line it up right here, and we just flip it around, but other than that, that's fine. And I don't need this to be terribly far away, unlike the iron building. I think I'm just going to try and put it there. And I'm going to put another one on the other side. Oh, I'm out of... I need iron rods. Can I just put a craft bench down? I can. Let's put it somewhere sensible, though. There we go. And let's get a few iron rods. I'm just filling it with leaves that I've just been getting while exploring. I need to get rid of those into a box somewhere. Anyway, as I was saying, one smelter. And let's again line this up. And yeah, it's the right way. And pretty much the same location on the other side. I think are we equal distances? They look about equal. And then let's see. Yep, they're perfectly fine. They will both connect, and of course the output will come out the outside of each of them. And we should end up with ingots. Once, of course, well, we select the recipe, of course, but once we actually apply power to them. So let's just get the copper ingot recipe, and then let's actually put a new power pole down. I want to say, probably should do 2 runs on the outside, but let's just try it in the middle for the moment. And let's connect 1 to you, and 1 to each side. And then we can run another power pole here, etc., and connect them, because each one will only have 3 connections. Nice and straightforward. And we do actually need, just temporarily, just to see how much room we can actually get out of this. Let's just see if can I get another smelter in. How much space do we actually have here? Can I compact this reasonably well? Let's put it there. Let's see if we can line up a splitter with that. 1 splitter. Where are you? Organization, logistics, conveyor splitter, and flip that around. And there. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice separation. I think that will do just fine. There we go. And so I can put then the other, and we can just work backwards doing the same thing. You get the idea. You can do that as much as you like. Of course, we only have 1 output here from this 1 miner Mark II at the moment. So this is producing 120 per minute. These are smelters, of course, and they can deal with 30 per minute. So, obviously, we can only deal with 4 smelters right now. At least until we get our second mine in, or until we improve that mine by putting overclocks, you know, modules in it. Let's leave it unoverclocked at the moment. It just saves that extra sort of power that we would have to consume for that. And let's just put in our final smelter. So, yep, on the output. And we need to just line that up with the previous one. There we go. Put a power pole here, hopefully. Connect them all up. And there we go. It's nicely done. And that should be able to keep up exactly with our mine's output, which is exactly what I want. We're also going to then put on the output, we're going to just put down some mergers. Let's just put you down. We're going to merge in from all sides and output towards me. So let's just line that up. Okay. Will this be 90-degree corner? Nope. I want a 90-degree mode for the conveyor belts. Yeah, and let's just actually bring it out here, just so that we can see that we've got them. And there we go. Are you hooked up yet? Oh, I just need to select the recipe. On both sides, probably. Yep. Okay. So now we should be consuming at a, you know, fully balanced rate. And we're just going to do the same thing over here with the another merger. And, oh, I need another couple of rods, honestly. I should just carry like hundreds of things. It's the thing I run out of the most. But craft bench makes it easy just to craft a few more. And there we go. I want bots. I want bots like in Factorio that can deliver me iron rods. It's just needed at some point. Let's just have a look there. So yeah, that's going to be similar distance. Yeah, looks exactly the same. So we should have a nice mirror from the other side. So we can just grab here and bring them out straight to there. Alright, so now we've got copper ingots. We want to process them into, obviously, copper wire. So that's straightforward again, and we can go outside in if we want to. The only problem with going outside in is that it depends on just the belt level. We're fine, but if you're doing this at the very start of the game, just check out how much you can transport on a single belt. For example, conveyor belt 60. Not really very good. We're up to Mark 3, so 270. So we'll see, and in fact, let's just put one of our factories down, and let's see how many it can actually produce and see how we can balance this. So a constructor should be fine. And will it actually let me line it up with this one? I'm going to need some reinforced iron. So I need to go and break for a second while I go and grab more of that. So back in a second. Okay, so I should have all those ingredients now. So we'll just go for a constructor. And it's a different footprint, unfortunately, than the smelters. So it's not quite as easy to get it placed, but it could go down. I don't know. I want to leave a bit of a gap, I think. And yeah, the cliffside there. I suppose we can actually get. Yeah, we can actually get more here. What's the edge? I don't want to go beyond this cliff point here. So this seems to be sort of my limit. And we'll just build a whole bunch of foundations. Much easier to build towards you than away from you with foundations, so that will do. And let's get the constructor down. So let's line that up there. We're going to go outside in. So we'll leave a bit of a gap just for that. Okay. And then let's just place down a couple more. Alright, so how many will you be able to output if I say wire? You'll output 45 a minute, so we have 270. So that's nearly 6 of these it can actually support, but it can, more importantly, is the input, so it can take 15 per minute. Now we're outputting 120 per minute, so yeah, 15. That's equal. That's 8, I think. I think it's 8. We'll see very shortly, and that means I want to put probably 4 of these each side and go from there. So I'm going to place these down. Let's just get those constructors. And let's see whether I was actually right. Hard to concentrate on maths when you're actually trying to think about talking at the same time. Try it sometime if you haven't tried it before. Okay, and on this side we will then just get rid of this for a second. We're going to just realign that pole in a minute, but we just need splitters. There we go. So conveyor splitter. And we'll just align it this way. Straightforward. We just want the input the right way around. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and if we're perfectly balanced, we don't need a splitter on the 4th one. But in terms of just making it look nice, yeah. In case we ever go to Mark 4 belts, of course, you can obviously justify it that way as well. But I'm just really doing it just so that everything just looks kind of seamless. If it will let me connect. Belt. There we go. And last one, hopefully. There we go. Next to last. Okay. So all the ingots in the world should be starting to go into these now, and they are going to need to be hooked up for power. So if we're going to have, yes, this is where you get the problems with the power poles. We're going to need connections for, let's just see, we're going to need probably a power pole each side. So we may want to think about putting some foundations down and stuff like that to get the middle. But for now, let's just put this in temporarily. Okay, and we'll just connect up again, and make sure that all of these have power. Okay, so them all started. We want to tell them all to produce wire, because cable's made from wire, basically, if you want to get another stage for cable. And that should be okay. Now I need to put the center in. I'm going to do it just like this, but with mergers instead of splitters. So I'm going to do that off camera. And that's one side done. So now we have a wire ready to go into our factory. And just to deal with that, we're actually just going to get rid of this conveyor lift for the moment. And we're going to basically remove the other side of that entirely. The other side is got a single, what are they called again? I never remember the name of them. Constructor. And that's just taking in copper ingots. So we're just going to get rid of that because we don't need those anymore. And we don't need this anymore. Now there is a buffer box here for, this is basically for wire, because wire's output this way. So we could just keep that exactly as it, whoops. Ah. Sometimes you misclick and don't want it to there. Go away. Alright, let's get to you and connect you to here. Okay. And then we can just connect the end of that belt to here. Will it actually connect? It's not liking it. Conveyor too long. Clearance anything? Oh, slightly too long. That's annoying. Let's just put in a power pole. Well, not a power pole. A conveyor pole. It's as far as it can go, unfortunately, but that will do. You can make stackable poles if you want it to go higher. That's not a problem. And there we go. So now we have this box full of copper ingots I'll need to get rid of. But otherwise, we are now producing copper wire. Let's just see whether it actually is going somewhere up there. It seems to be stopped. Why are you stopped? Are you not connected, or does it not like this? Why don't you like that connection? Let's remove this side. And why have I done this? Let's just get rid of it. I'm sorry. That has to be dealt with. That has to be higher. I'm sorry. So let's get rid of you and put this up somewhat higher. There we go. Hopefully it wasn't to deal with steepness there. That's fine. Okay, so now we can go from here back to there, and I have plenty of room to connect in this. So let's get rid of you for a second, and now will you connect to the box? Yes, it will. Good. I was wondering where they're all disappearing to for a second. And off it then goes towards our various different places that we need it. So we've got, obviously, our computer factory. I shut a lot of it down just while I was doing this kind of stuff, and I need to get rid of that tree, but we'll go back to that in a second. Did I re-enable it? I think I might have got most of it re-enabled. Is it making them? It's on standby. No, it's not. So that should start pulling in stuff again. And we have computers, should we need them, once that starts up. So yeah, we now have a nice scalable copper factory. I didn't do the mirror side, I'm going to do that off camera. But you get the idea. The other side will be just identical, but swapped, mirrored. And we don't have any problems there. So we should be using all the available ore once I put that down. And if you have a look at this display now, this is our miner. It's basically not increasing or decreasing, which means we're perfectly balanced. 120 ore per minute, 120 ingots, well, converted into 120 ingots because it's 1-to-1 here, pretty much. And then here we've got 8 now working, converting into wire. Now, if wire builds back, you know, if it doesn't, once it starts being buffered in that box, well, then we've got a different issue. But yeah, that's not gonna stop our solution up there. So if we are going to expand that to a second mine, all we need to do is double that setup and then merge at the end. ish, because you'll see that most of the belt is actually filled right now with wire. So it looks like we'll need probably a second belt, or to move up to Mark IV belt. If you can move to Mark IV, then you can merge them in. Otherwise, you're probably going to need 2 belts. And that's going to look pretty good. So let's just pop in here. Are you buffering back yet? You are. So we have, kind of handily, the ability to just grab quite a few bits of wire, and we'll then be able to put them into the milestone that we're waiting for, which is kind of cool. That's what I've been wanting to do for a while. So let's just pop some of the wire in. That's 1,000, that's 2,000. I'm going to put some more in, and then, you know, I'll get to fill the rest. Now, I'm not currently producing cable, because cable, we don't need that much of it yet, but again, we'll probably hit the same issue. And if we're going to duplicate that mine setup, we could just devote one of them to cable if we wanted to. There'd be no harm in doing that. If I just put down a production machine for this, well, what do we need for the cable recipe, and how much can you process? So you can take in 30 per minute. So we could do, well, in fact, that's 2 wire per minute, and it halves it basically. So we will halve the amount of wire going into the amount of cable, but it's still loads. So yeah, I don't think we'll have a problem with that for a while. Or at least a couple more episodes. So yeah, pretty happy with that so far. I'm just going to go and get the rest of these materials. Let's just go and see if our Nobelisk factory is done with the stuff we got from over there. And then we'll go and see what's happening to my modular frames. I think I shut them down for some reason. Probably because we had quite a few, but let's go and look at the Nobelisk. Should be in here. Yeah, it's made 50. So we'll take that out. That's exactly how much we need. And we've got lots of other stuff going on. I shut down the beacons because the beacons will just keep on manufacturing, and I had quite a few of them stacked up in here. So I can turn that back on again now. And it will then make another stack of Nobelisk. I'm not going to box that up into a huge box because I don't think I need that much just yet. But we may well need more for research points later, or indeed for manufacturing stuff. So I just need to get the rest of that cable sorted, and then we're ready for the milestone. Alright, cable made, and frames done, Nobelisk done, so everything should be done, apart from finishing this up, and we're ready to launch the rifle. There we go, so rifle, milestone unlocked, and we should probably check it, see if there's any other milestones we should be doing. Gas mask, not so much. Radar technology, probably should. Let's just press enter to get rid of this message. What do we need for that? We're going to need crystal oscillators, and we're going to need beacons. We already know we can make beacons, so that's not a problem. And we can just grab quite a few of those. We've got plenty of motors, and heavy modular frames aren't a problem, so we need to make crystal oscillators for that. So we're going to do that next episode, I think. And then there is also this, which we can do actually right now. Well, we can't do it right now, but we can do it once the pod comes back. We can get the alternate computer recipe that we researched last episode. There is nothing else I don't think we actually want in there. Nope. That will do the job. So radar technology is the next milestone. So let's put it up here on the right hand side, and I can always switch it to the alternate computer one as and when the pod comes back if we haven't got anything ready for that. So for that, we're going to need crystal oscillators, and we need to set up something entirely new. We haven't got anything new in here, have we? Supercomputers we need to actually get done. Hard drives, obviously. Hard drives will unlock more alternate recipes for us. But no, I think we're done with the whole copper chain. So that's getting produced. Then we should be able to make the rifle. So the rifle, I would assume it's in here. Yep. We're going to need 10 circuit boards and lots of screws, but I think we should have those because I shut down the computer factory again. It was using power. I'm going to need to actually go and make maybe another fuel generator because we're short on power. Yeah, let's grab those computers, and there's lots of screws around, so we can probably grab those as well. So we can take the circuit boards. There's even more cable here and lots of screws. So let's just grab those. And that's pretty much everything we need. So let's just head down. Yep. If you want to build a rifle, just take apart your computer, put it back together again. It'll be fine. That's how things work. Rifle. We can make one rifle. So let's get that done. And that's done. Okay. So one rifle. That Probably want us to go in one of these slots. I want to say I'm going to replace the chainsaw for now. Probably want to replace the basher eventually. But let's just see what it looks like. It looks like a very Borderlands-esque sort of thing. It looks like it's going to throw, well, junk. Can we actually make cartridges, however? Cartridges are going to need Nobelisk and steel pipes. Okay, so if we're making Nobelisk over there, we can actually just go and grab that and see how this works. So let's head over. And I can probably just go back to my berries for a second, just so it doesn't occupy all the viewport. And head around the back. Yep, so how many Nobelisk have we got? 24. That'll do. At least a few of those will be fine. We're going to need the beacon machine to be on for the next sort of stuff, so that's not a problem either. And let's head over here. So we should be able to make a cartridge and therefore magazines for our rifle. Let's see what it takes. Cartridge, we can make 96. Let's just make, I don't know, a few. You get 4 per process. So if it's 16 of them, how, I wonder, is it just basically 1 cartridge at a time? And how many, okay, so hang on, so 6 cartridges, it says it's loaded ammo. Let's see, what does this actually take? No scope? I'm disappointed, no scope. Let's just shoot. Okay. So 10 shots per magazine. And each shot is 1 of the cartridges, I think. Yeah. So when it says 96, what it actually means is 96 shots, not 96 actual magazines. So you're probably going to want quite a few of these. In fact, I'm going to convert all of them. I wonder what the stack size is. If the stack size is like 100 or something, I don't mind too much. I'll just wait till that to be done. And it certainly stacks above 50, which is what I was actually hoping for. Yep, so we now have a rifle. And we could probably think about just swapping out the xeno basher thing, whatever it's called. Yeah, the xeno basher, because we should have able to shoot things now. Although I'm probably going to keep it in my inventory because, yeah, it's me. I'm going to go ahead and a little bit of trip, see if I can find some creatures and see how much damage this thing does to them. Okay, so here's one of the ranged creatures that we've hated because we haven't had ranged options. Well, there's 2 of them. Okay, so let's see how good our rifle is. Okay, that's 1 shot. That's 2. 3. 4, unless I'm really... that missed. 5. 6. Okay, so about 8 shots or so. So let's just reload and just unload basically the entire magazine into them. Yeah, that's much, much nicer than our melee weapon. Of course, it does take ammo, but that's something you have to live with. And we have the infrastructure to actually do that now. That's going to be a work in progress item, so there's no point in me picking that up at the moment. We'll see how that goes once that's in game. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. So there's some scaling, we've got some technology like a rifle, and now we're just going to head back to the base really and work on to the next thing. Probably the crystal oscillators is next up in the next episode. Hope you'll join me for that. So give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the episode. Ooh, some old enemies. Hello. Yeah, so let's just hunt one of these quickly. Where are you? There you are. Oh, they're running circles. Yes, I like this. Okay, so if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, subscribe, share as you normally would. Leave comments if you've got any suggestions or improvements on what you've seen today. Otherwise, we'll see you next episode for some more Satisfactory. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. And here's our copper spot. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.